You ever get that prickly feeling in your gut, the kind that tells you the universe is off by just enough that you ought to pay attention? Yeah, that's how this whole mess started. The day I turned down the gravel road and spotted a silver SUV I'd never seen before, smack in the middle of my private driveway. I should have just kept driving, but that's not me, never has been. 3 hours early to my own lake cabin, thanks to a last-minute conference cancellation and a restless hunch I couldn't shake, I cut the engine and stepped out quiet as a ghost. That SUV had a sticker, Sunset Lakeside Rentals. Real funny considering my place has never been for rent, not even for friends' family only. My name's Owen Fairley. I'm a high school history teacher, city born and raised. But this old cabin's been my family's slice of Stillwater pines since the 80s. It's not much, but it's peaceful off the grid a million miles away from the drama I was about to trip over. I unlock the door, hear it creak, just like it always does, and walk straight into a low-rent episode of House Hunters. My kitchen's littered with glossy brochures, all of them showing my cabin on the cover like it's some charming rustic getaway. Available. Now. I just stand there for a second, heart-thumping, jaw-tight, because I know right away this isn't a mix-up. It's a hustle. And the only question is who. That's when I hear her. The voice. I swear Amanda Alcott could make a dog bark 3 counties away. And here she is on my porch clipboard in one hand, phone in the other, squawking about lake views and new water heaters like she owns the place. Amanda, HOA vice president, certified sun visor enthusiast, all stiff posture and brittle charm, turns around so fast her sunglasses nearly launch into the yard. Owen, you're not supposed to be here till Sunday. Yeah, well, surprise, I say, and I'm already regretting every HOA meeting I ever skipped. She tries to spin it, says, I wasn't using the place. The board wanted to help the community. Something about vacant cabins being wasted opportunities. I'm barely holding my temper. You broke in, I say, and she's got the nerve to tell me, you left the side window unlocked. That's trespassing no matter what world you come from. She crosses her arms, the whole HOA queen routine, but then she does something I didn't see coming, pulls out her phone and starts dialing the police, says, I'm the threat. That's when I can't help myself. I laugh right in her face. She's stealing my house, and I'm the one she wants arrested. You gotta be kidding me. It escalates quick. I start recording, figured if I was going to get railroaded, I'd at least have the receipts. The brochures have her name and number for booking amateur hour stuff. Sirens pull up faster than I expect, 2 deputies stepping out, hands on their belts. Amanda already halfway into her damsel in distress monologue. Deputy Harlan, square-jawed, seen-it-all type, asks if I own the place. I show him my ID deed, even point out the kitchen full of brochures. He disappears inside. Comes back holding one and just looks at Amanda. Ma'am, your contact info is all over this. She sputters, says it was just one weekend, no harm done, and you can see the panic start to set in. He doesn't buy it. Breaking and entering unauthorized rental impersonation of ownership, that's harm. Amanda tries to play it off, but Deputy Lanning quietly tells her to sit by the fire pit and wait for backup. She sits, but it's more of a controlled collapse, like she's bracing for a tornado. Inside, I'm turning the cabin upside down, finding more evidence. Fake rental agreements, schedules, lists of amenities I don't even have. Deputy Harlan flips through them, brows knitted tight, and finally says what I'm starting to suspect. We've had complaints about rogue short-term rentals around here. Looks like we finally found the source. Apparently, Amanda's been pulling this trick on other cabins, too. Then comes the twist. Another cruiser pulls up and out steps Detective Miriam Connors. No-nonsense badge on her belt, eyes that miss nothing. She tells me they've been watching the Stillwater Pines HOA for a while, kickbacks, forged permits, the whole 9 yards. Amanda tries to justify it, says she was just helping out raising money for repairs, but Connors is already piecing it together, unauthorized rentals, fraud, misuse of HOA funds. And when Deputy Harlan mentions finding branded material in Amanda's name all over the cabin, that's about the end of her story. What really nails it are the receipts I found itemized, tied to the HOA's maintenance account, including a cleaning fee for a weekend. Amanda herself stayed there. Detective Connors whistles low, says, Amanda used HOA money to advertise clean and profit from my cabin, and probably others too. Not anymore, I say, and it feels like something heavy's finally shifting. Amanda's cuffed and loaded into a cruiser, still muttering about misunderstandings and bylaw interpretations. I'm standing there, arms crossed, watching the whole show, neighbors gawking, some tourists who thought they'd booked a secluded retreat asking if I'm the landlord. Not anymore, I tell them and send them to the sheriff's office with Detective Connor's card. That night the phone starts ringing. Neighbors, most of them retirees or folks who kept their heads down, suddenly ready to talk. Turns out Amanda and her bored loyalists have been running a whole racket, fake fines, made-up violations, threats of liens, all traced back to her. We throw together a group text. Callahan from down the road offers his garage for a meeting, and Mrs. Phelps, who's had her own battles with Amanda over mailbox sizes, brings her niece, the paralegal. The twist. Richard, a municipal code analyst who just moved in, drops the bomb. The HOA forged ballots to pass new rules, including a clause for temporary community use occupancy, basically legal cover for Amanda's rental scam. Even worse, a shell company, Whisper Pines LLC, was set up by her ex-husband Leonard and used to funnel money from bogus maintenance contracts. We marched to the deputy DA with a binder full of evidence, fake signatures, doctored CCRs, financial statements, you name it. Within hours, there's a formal investigation, and within days, arrest warrants. Amanda, Leonard, and even board president Carl, who signed off on phony invoices, all go down. The news explodes. HOA crime ring busted in Stillwater Pines, and for the first time in years, our community packs the town hall hungry for answers. Navarro, the deputy DA, promises a forensic audit, restitution, and a new transparent board. There's this raw mix of relief and anger, neighbors trading stories, comparing fake fees, even an elderly couple who nearly lost their home to a lien Amanda filed through her shell company. The truth shakes everyone. Amanda's scam wasn't just about greed, it was about long-term control. Land grabs, forged quit-claim deeds, even attempts to sell off abandoned parcels to developers. Detective Connors and Navarro keep digging, uncovering wire transfers to offshore accounts, phony maintenance jobs, and years of coerced displacement. The final tally: over a dozen felony charges, restitution to every resident, the HOA dissolved and replaced with a cooperative. And Amanda, 23 years in prison, no parole for at least 12. Leonard gets 12, Carl 2 years of house arrest and a lifetime ban from board service. The new board is real, volunteer, transparent, bound by term limits. Neighbors pitch in, one audits the books, another manages maintenance, and we finally start to feel like a community again. The porch light at Amanda's old place stays off now. A young family moved in, planted flowers, and the only signs posted are about the next block party. Funny how it all started with a hunch, a canceled conference, and a stubborn habit of coming home early. Justice didn't fix everything, but it gave us back our voice and our homes. And if you're wondering what comes next, well, that's up to us. Maybe you've got a story like mine. Maybe you're living through one right now. Either way, tell me, what would you have done? Who do you trust to run your community? Where's the line between keeping order and grabbing power? Drop your thoughts below, and let's see if we can spot the next Amanda before she makes herself at home.